I became a bus driver probably because I'd been in sales for quite a few years. I was with Canadian breweries for about 4 or 5 years prior to coming here. And I had an old buddy down the street, an old Irishman, and he said, you know, get out of that business. It's you know, it's killing you. You know, it's just be a bus driver. It's a good job. It's a people job. I had a people background and public relations background, so bus was kind of perfect because that's what I like. I'm more fond of the people than actually I am the job, which makes probably for a more pleasant way of getting through it.
Welcome to Popeyes, and the first act up tonight is Phil, and I'm looking for an enthusiastic welcome because it's never easy to open. I understand Phil's influenced by a bit of Stan Rogers, and some old folk stuff. He's been playing for about 8 years, and having a good time doing it, so I understand. So put your hands together, give me a good warm welcome for the first act here at Open Mic.
It's been 3 long years since we've made her pay, singing all the way, my laddie-o. The owners say she's had her day, singing all the way, my laddie-o.
I'm going to retire probably in 2 years. I plan 55, and then I'll do the music. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to dovetail, you know, a small pension into a music career.
She's an easy pull, for the catch is small, singing all the way, laddie-o.
Musicians, they don't like bar venues because by and large it's listening music. You're talking about ideas, you're talking about passions, you're talking about people. And not that rock music doesn't do that, but it's presented differently. It's listening music. Well, although I think it's really good to play that because it gives you courage, and I think it's vulnerable and naked to perform anyway. And if you get through a night that's really noisy, you've got to learn how to focus and how to concentrate, and that's the name of the game anyway. I think the role of the folk singer in Canadian culture is really important because we have a very ephemeral culture. It's not really defined. People aren't quite sure what it's all about. And I think the Lightfoots and the Stan Rogers and the Tysons defined what a lot of people felt, but they couldn't put their finger on. We're a young country, so I don't think people realize how important these handful of writers are. As far as the best contribution to the music, it's been pretty larger than I thought, really. I ran a folk festival up the coast at Savory Island, and strangely enough, a lot of it came up off my bus. A lot of musicians are poor, a lot of really terrific musicians, and I contacted, actually over a period of time, musicians that came on and off the bus, and I got to know them personally. And I approached them to come up to Savory Island to attend the folk festival, and it was really successful. And the genesis, actually, most of it came through the driving. My enjoyment of music probably started with my mother. She was almost a concert pianist, and we had a baby grand in the house, and I think the first piece of music I played when I was about 5 or 6 years old, it was the Moonlight Sonata, and I got that from watching my mother playing the piano. So I mimicked it, and I could play the first 15 bars of the Moonlight Sonata. I copied her, so I can't read music, but I've got a capacity to find melodies and stuff and remember stuff like that. I can't read music, it's an impossible task for me. But I didn't take it seriously, I would think, until I was about 42 years old.
Met Phil through a friend, Dennis Nichols, bass player, who invited me down to a recording session they were doing, and I walked in and I heard this tape with Phil's voice, and I thought I think Phil has a great voice, and I was pretty blown away actually when I heard the tape.
And, I'm just not in shape, man. If you get better mics than this, or maybe I should just take the fucking things off because they sound like shit. As far as leaving the job and becoming a musician, I think that's my choice. It has to be my choice. As I would think if my wife made a similar choice, I would have to go with her choice. I think that's part of life. I mean, if you don't allow people to become what they want to be, you suffocate them.
Looking out to sea, see the seal race, long footsteps in the sand, long footsteps in the sand. Off on the horizon, no tall ship do I see, this tugging barge a-pulling north with flowing seas, and pulling north towards the mill, pulling north towards the mill. And up above the eagle soar circles in the sky, the gentle breeze keeps lifting him on high, and soaring circles in the sky, soaring circles on high.
You know, this job is boredom punctuated by fear. You know, you go for months, nothing happens, and then somebody could pull out in front of you. If music works, it's great. If it doesn't work, I'm not disappointed, because mainly I'm doing the music anyway. I do it for free.
Our island is changing through the course of time. We've locked her and misused her without much care in mind. Her ancient trees have but all gone, long footsteps in the sand. And up above the eagle soar circles in the sky, the gentle breeze keeps lifting him on high, and soaring circles in the sky.